Hi there, my name is Jocelyn Bystrom. When my body first said stop, I didn't have the language for it. 7 years of uncertainty, invasive medical investigation, and well-meaning medical practitioners speculated. Was it brain cancer? Was it MS? Was it Parkinson's disease? Was it seronegative autoimmune encephalitis? What the heck was wrong with my brain? No one seemed to know. I had a team of 11 neurologists. The diagnosis would come later, in February 2021. It was functional neurologic disorder. Wait, what? I said, what's that? I'd never heard about it before. The hardest part wasn't the diagnostic label, which was then described by one of my now favorite humans. He said, Jocelyn, I'm not going to beat around the bush. You've got a severe psychiatric condition, but there's hope and you can be well. Wait, what? I have a severe psychiatric condition? I wasn't sure about that at all. I was overwhelmed. I was terrified. What changed? I wasn't in isolation. What changed was that my life was being seen and heard, learning that my nervous system signals and finding community where I could borrow belief until my own returned. That journey became my book, Finding Hope, and the heartbeat of Thrive Together Network. I speak and share to serve people just like me, people just like you, people just like anyone who could unexpectedly learn they'll need to navigate a new or complex medical diagnosis. I speak to their loved ones, care partners, and educators and leaders who support them. When I had learned that there was hope at a time when I hadn't known if I would live till the end of the year in 2020 and 2021, there was a worldwide pandemic going on, and I was isolated from all of it in my own personal nightmare and terror of what was going on with my brain health. I was terrified and alone. And that uncertainty framed the lenses through which I viewed everything. Too often, our health becomes a career liability. Professionals running on empty, families pushing when their bodies are clearly signaling for help. My work is about turning those signals into skills, reducing shame, and rebuilding confidence in community. Our bodies have an alarm system designed to keep you alive, not calm. When it senses threat, you get fight, flight, freeze, or please. Fast heart, tight chest, and foggy brain. That's not a weakness. That's a loud alarm. We regulate first, and then we reason. Try this with me now. Sit tall, hand on belly. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4, and then exhale through your pursed lips for 7, like you're cooling off your hot chocolate. Let's do that 3 times. Name one sensation that just softened. That longer exhale is you turning the volume down so your thinking brain can come back online. Here's a simple DBT skill that you can use today. It's a skill that helps with emotional regulation. It helps with interpersonal effectiveness and managing distress in a challenging situation. It's called an I statement. I feel overloaded when priorities or timelines shift last minute because it compresses my focus and delivery. I need as much advance notice as possible, ideally 24 hours, so I can plan well. I can see that you're managing a lot too, and I get that things change. Could we try a shared alert for updates and a quick end of the day check-in to flag changes early? Then stop and pause, zip, and listen with curiosity. An I statement follows this pattern. I feel ... because ... I need ... When we co-create one next step at a time, regulation first, protects both our dignity on both sides, and moves you from conflict to collaboration. Community over isolation. This is my work with Thrive Together Network. I host small, brave cohorts where people motivated to thrive practice these tools together. We don't chase perfection, we practice our presence. People are invited through facilitated prompts to write, and then invited to have them witnessed by reading them out loud. That witnessing of our stories, that enables healing to follow as they borrow belief from the group, from the community, and they leave with one tiny action that they actually do. When we read aloud and we document, I read this aloud today. It's a powerful witness of self to our stories and of self to community. The transformation is real. Less shame, more agency, and a felt sense of belonging. That's the Thrive Together Network brand in action. Clients feeling supported, seen, and motivated to thrive. I speak to professionals about how to advocate for your needs without derailing your career. I speak to educators about how to use practical DBT skills so that they can create effective guardrails against compassion fatigue. I speak to leaders about how to build psychologically safe teams where health isn't a liability. For care partners, I want to support them in supporting their loved ones without losing themselves. I speak and talk and blend stories and skills with a clear take-home message, like my Thrive 15 checklist, which is a checklist of practical quick tips so that change sticks beyond the room. When my own strength is thin, in even mid-speaking engagement, I pause and breathe and pray. I ask for God's strength where mine maybe is running out. Then I take the next small step. That's my message as I speak. You are not alone in this. And it's always possible to thrive with the right support and skills. Say yes to yourself. Practice the tools. Show up for yourself with love and curiosity and compassion, especially for you, especially for me. I'm Jocelyn Bystrom, an Adlerian counselor, an educational leader with 30 years of experience, living joyfully with FND, functional neurologic disorder. It's at the intersections of neurology and psychiatry. And like the neuroplasticity in the brain, after someone has had a stroke, and that beautiful neuroplasticity enables us to learn to speak or even walk again. That same neuroplasticity is what, when we're in distressful situations without skills, shows up as the brain sending out mixed up messages to the body, which show up as functional symptoms. These might look like migraines. It might look like seizures. It might look like speaking tics. It really varies. Functional symptoms show up very uniquely in every body. Then the brain practices to master these new functional symptoms. So the symptoms that we experience, whether they be migraines or seizures, they get the longer duration, more increased frequency, and we master them. So our body becomes very skilled at showing up in this new way. And unexpectedly, it's not a great for us. In doing so, I live joyfully with FND. I'm still navigating it. There's no cure and there's no magic pill, but there's work you can do and there's skills that you can learn to navigate medical diagnoses with joyful living and well-being. My legacy is hope in community, where mind, body, heart, and soul well-being matter. I'll bring nervous system literacy, DBT skills in action, and a warm, evidence-informed path. Thank you very much.